Well, we're gonna do a little debate coverage. We're gonna, guys. Some of you are going like, "Hey, Doug, where's your debate coverage at?" I did like maybe one little video, and when the whole internet floods you with debate coverage, I just feel like, look, let's let all the facts settle out of this thing and give it some time and find out what's happening with the polls and stuff like that. There's plenty of time to talk because that debate. Look, I've been playing Biden's old debate from 2020. We're still clipping it and showing you. There is something to learn about this debate. And actually, it has nothing to do with the debate. It's about the media. As you guys know, I spend most of my time educating you on what the media is doing to you and I. In this case, this is Chuck Todd. I have a lot more than just Chuck Todd. This is going to Krugman. These are like some of the biggest journalists in media. We have one of Jason Miller from the Trump campaign. We have some clips from him. But the title of this one is They Are the Problem. Chuck Todd is the problem, was always the problem. He's why you have Biden as president now. And guys, it's just too easy to call him a liar. Go ahead, say it in the chat right now. Say it. Say Joe Biden's a liar. We know that's true. But that word gets thrown around so much now. They're like, Trump's a liar, blah, blah. Doug, you're a liar. You're misinformation. Okay, that's what Chuck Todd and all the professional journalist class would say, is me being just a comic book artist, that I'm a liar or I misrepresent things and I just cover up for all of Trump's mistakes. That is not what we do. You guys have heard me criticize Trump. You've heard me criticize Trump on his pro-life stance, on his same-sex marriage stance. There's all kinds of things where I disagree with him on. I work pretty hard not to lie to get Trump in office. The media does no such thing for Biden. They have not worked hard not to lie to get Biden in office. They've said, we will lie and we will say anything. Welcome to Doug in Exile, where we're here to give you the truth. Look, even if it meant Trump losing, right? I'm not justified in lying to you. And that's because I care more about my audience than Mika Brzezinski and Joe Scarborough do. I can't imagine the condescension they have for you. You hear Joe Scarborough condescend his audience. Get ready for a truth sandwich, you people. That's how they talk. Not me. I'm thankful. I'm the luckiest guy in the world to have you as an audience. I'm a barely literate comic book artist. I come out of video games. I don't claim any journalism expertise, but I do watch the news and tell the truth, and that makes me better than this guy.
You know, one of the things was, would either candidate look like the caricature that the other campaign has been trying to paint of him?
No, Chuck Todd, that's not what it is. It's not about what candidates said about the other. Chuck Todd, it's what will you say? What will you say? You, they, the media. What will I say about what Biden and Trump have said about each other? See, Chuck Todd wants to make this about what the campaign said about each other. And I'm telling you, the campaigns say all kinds of stuff. Trump says all kinds of stuff. Biden says all kinds of stuff. But the people that are supposed to present the truth to you, they've been doing a massive 4-year lie campaign that started with why Biden was in the basement. They're trying to go, Biden, it's normal for him to be in the basement, for him to be covered and not do media coverage and not do debates. It's normal. There's COVID out there. We have to be careful with them. That was all a lie. It was a lie.
And at the end of the day, Joe Biden looks like the caricature that conservative media has been painting. And there were no clips tonight, right? You saw it before your eyes.
That's key. There were no clips. There was no editing tonight. That's what Chuck Todd is saying. It's weird how it looks like the conservative propaganda campaign against Biden seemed to be true. And what Biden said about Trump didn't seem to be true. I wonder why. You see, there was no editing tonight on the debate. That's key. Remember that. We're going to take that home with us. Like I said, this is not about the debate coverage. This is about your media. Your media, Chuck Todd's just now accidentally confessed to all of you that they edit things against the conservative agenda to make Biden's the Democrat truth seem more true. Go back and rewatch it. He just admitted it. There's no editing. There's no editing. They've been editing the truth. This is also philosophically, this goes back to the two-tier justice system, because they edit Trump one way and they edit Biden another. They don't use the same standard for both. Get it? It's a two-tiered editing system they're using. You heard that first right here in Exile. I hope you've subscribed. You're missing out on this brilliant commentary from one of the least qualified people in news. I make comic books and video games, and I'm better than Chuck Todd.
Look, I don't want to just tell you what I think here, Tom. I've been talking to a lot of leaders in the Democratic Party, electeds, coalition leaders. There's a full-on panic about this performance.
Why is there a panic about this performance? By the way, Biden's been performing like this for 4 years. I think he's actually worse than he did on debate night. I think he did great on debate night compared to what I think he really is. You know, they're going like, oh, he was muddled and he mumbled down like this. I think Biden did much better than I thought he was. He's probably still jacked up on drugs, I think. Oh, and by the way, I'm sitting here rubbing my nose as I say jacked up on drugs, and they're going, oh, Doug, do you have a cocaine problem? No, I have a nose hair problem. There's a nose hair always going like just sideways straight into the side of my head, inside my nose. Okay. But Chuck Todd's going like, hey, the Democrat Party, they're in full panic mode now. They're in panic mode, not because of Biden's performance. Biden's always had that performance. It's because it went out live on TV without editing, without Karine Jean-Pierre to tell you that you're delusional, without their preferred, put the camera over there and don't show what he's doing right now. That's what is putting the Democrat Party in panic. In short, the truth is putting the Democrat Party in panic. And that's why you can always sit back, guys. I've talked about this before. You can run into a brick wall all day and just keep saying that brick wall is clean air and I'll go right through it. And the brick wall, at some point, the truth is a brick wall that just smashes you in the face if you keep running into it. They're like Wile E. Coyote. Remember he used to paint the cave on the wall and then try and get the Roadrunner to run into a rock, because it was painted like a wall. That's what the Democrats are doing. They paint a cave on the wall and say, look, it's a cave. You can drive your truck through it. Now we're going to get to, here's Paul Krugman on the New York Times. This is from February 12th of just this year. Now, Paul Krugman's one of the guys that just a couple weeks ago, we had him in one of the video clips saying, I have seen no evidence of Biden's decline. I've seen no evidence of Biden's decline. Here's the New York Times. Paul Krugman, big time Democrat. Why I am now deeply worried for America. Okay, let's find out why. Genius. This is the academics guy, the guy that all the colleges study for journalism. Paul Krugman, especially economics. The New York Times, many voters think the president's age is an issue, but there's perception and there's reality. Oh yeah, you're so good at those, squishing those. As anyone who has recently spent time with Biden, and I have, remember this is just February, I can tell you, he is in full possession of his faculties, completely lucid, and with excellent grasp of detail. Of course, most voters don't get to see him up close. And it's on Biden's team to address that, not getting to see him up close. And yes, he speaks quietly and a bit slowly, although this is in part because of his lifetime struggle with stuttering. That was how he covered. And when you see him yelling, man, mega, mega, mega man, he's not stuttering. Okay. He does not have a stuttering problem. That's another lie that they've presented to you. That's Paul Krugman in February. Okay. Just now, Paul Krugman's going, this was in the New York Times. I think it was day before yesterday. He goes, as a Democrat, it is time for Biden to step down, to step aside. That's Krugman changed after that debate. He knew Biden was that impaired before. Okay. The debate just made it so that he can't, it was too big of a lie to pull off on you.
Not like, oh, this is recoverable. It is more of a, okay, he's got to step aside. There's a lot of that chatter. This is about as bad of a performance in order to that Biden could have delivered if his goal was to try to sort of calm the waters among Democrats.
Yeah, he set it on fire instead. Look, all of these people, including Chuck Todd, if Biden ends up being the candidate on the ticket on November 4th, Chuck Todd is going to say Biden is the most competent man you've ever seen. He will go right back into lie mode and cover up mode. Guaranteed. We'll cover it right here on this channel. If Biden ends up, I think they're going to replace Biden. But if they don't, and if Biden is on the ticket, Chuck Todd will be right there saying, you really can't vote for Trump. He's really showing signs of decline. And Biden is smarter than he's and more present than he's ever been.
Incredibly wired in with the Biden team. We saw those surrogates. It took them a minute to get out there onto the floor last night, but when they did, they came out trying to project this message of strength. Is it going to work?
Well, listen, I've covered the Biden White House now for 3.5 years, and as someone that's reported on his age quite a few times, I can tell you that the White House's response every single time it has come up for 3.5 years has been to deflect, to gaslight, to not tell the truth, not just to reporters, not just to other Democrats, but even at times to themselves about the president's limitations at his age.
That's Alex Thomas from Liberal Axios. We've covered Axios. And he's going, the Biden campaign are gaslighting all of you. They're lying to all of you and themselves. Now, I expect the Biden campaign to do that. It's the journalists. It's the journalists. It's the journalists. I don't expect to do that.
There's a reason why he has not done as many interviews or press conferences as any president in decades. There's a reason he does not do events almost ever before 10 a.m. and is rarely on camera after 6 p.m. And the reason is because he has limitations. He is 81 years.
I love him educating CNN right here live, that lady, on how he's 81 years old. CNN's going, we didn't know. We didn't know. This is news to us.
But the problem was they were not forthright with other Democrats. They weren't at times forthright with themselves. And that is why Democrats are in full freakout mode, because what they saw is finally what they have been obscuring.
Yeah, but see, they've been obscuring, meaning they know it was there. They're in freakout mode, not because they know it's there. That's what's so weird. They knew it was there. They're in full freakout mode because they lost their ability to put the shade over your eyes. The shade has been removed. In Wizard of Oz, the curtain's been revealed, and he's going for, don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain. And now they've lost the curtain. The curtain is gone. That's why they're panicking. Joe Biden has not changed one molecule over this debate. And they just keep remembering it in your head. They're going to keep telling you, this is new Biden. This is new. This is brand new. How could we not know? CNN knew. That lady knew. All reporters knew. Chuck Todd knew. MSNBC knew. Karine Jean-Pierre knew. Jill Biden knows better than anyone.
The exact same media and Democrat establishment that was in place in 2020 that covered up the laptop from hell is the same media and Democrat establishment that's been covering up Biden's, well, you can say shortcomings, or you can say everything else Biden's been screwing up over the last 4 years. They're going to be in place even this November. So the only answer here is to go and get rid of everybody, vote all the Democrats out.
That's Jason Miller, the head of the Trump campaign. I love him. And he is bringing up a great point. These are the same Democrats that lied about the laptop, guys, 4 years ago. These are the same Democrats that lied about the southern border. These are the same Democrats who lied about everything they've been in charge of and telling you it's in your head. You're crazy if you're paying too much for steak. You're crazy if you think gas prices are too high. You're crazy if you think blacks are worse off now than they were under Trump. They've been lying to us about everything. Okay. That's all Jason Miller's saying. Okay. The lie and the cover up and all this BS that the media's been doing. It's not new. Remember that, guys. It's old. It's ancient. They only just something happened this week. They lost their editor on a live debate with Biden that hasn't happened against Trump in 4 years.
We had some real serious issues being discussed. Where are the 55 ISIS terrorists that are loose in the U.S.? Why can't the president, the current president of the United States, say how many illegals he's let into the country? Why can't Joe Biden say what he's going to do to turn around the economy and finally help people on inflation? None of this was answered.
And that's Jason Miller giving away Trump's debate prep. Those are the main items that they've been focusing on. These are real issues that actually affect us. Real, actual issues that affect us. And Trump is working on those. Meanwhile, Biden is not working on the issues that affect you. They're too busy talking about this made up J6 stuff against Trump, trying to get you to believe all these things about lawsuits, which are all invented and made up and do not affect you personally. So hats off to Jason Miller and the Trump campaign. Guys, the good news is Trump went up a couple percentage points on that debate performance, and the media got their pants pulled down. They've been revealed. The emperor is naked, and the media has been telling you he has clothes on. I'm Doug in Exile. Subscribe.